Today we're going to be here at the Magic Kingdom, the most magical place on Earth. And we're going to be seeing a lot of stuff, but we're going to travel back to the year 1971 and talk about Mr. Toad's Wild Ride up until its closing and everything that happened with that. Hi everybody and welcome to the World of Micah. It's a very chilly day here today at the Magic Kingdom. We're going to be heading over and talking about Mr. Toad's Wild Ride. That's right, why it closed and some little controversy that happened with it closing. I'm excited to bring you guys along for the journey. Now, let's take a closer look. And first things first, we're going to get some lunch. Hungry, and Sleepy Hollow Refreshments is going to be the place. And they have some new items, the Chilling Chamber Pops and the Doomberry Seagram's Ginger Ale with blackberry and iridescent sugar, served with a Haunted Mansion themed straw. And I totally got it. Haunted Mansion straw, mint. The color is really cool too. It's good. And got some chips and the waffle sandwich here. And Abby went with the Nutella, banana, and strawberry. Yeah, it's been a while since we've eaten here, but we're gonna be here for a while, so eat up. So Mr. Toad's Wild Ride opened on October 1st, 1971 here at the Magic Kingdom. And it was pretty much a carbon copy of its counterpart out in Anaheim, California. A few differences, they had 2 tracks on this, and it closed September 7th, 1998. And there was a little bit of a controversy, a little bit of a protest that happened here, the most magical place on Earth, inside the park. And that's what we're going to show today. Let's head over to where Mr. Toad's Wild Ride used to sit. And on October 22nd, 1997, the Orlando Sentinel published an article saying, "Is Mr. Toad about to drive out of Disney?" So basically the article was saying that they were considering to do a number of changes to their oldest Central Florida park. And at the end of the month, they were going to be celebrating its 25th anniversary. Now, Disney had not announced really anything that Mr. Toad was going to be leaving, but they were kind of speculating that this was going to happen because there was proven success at a gift shop with Winnie the Pooh merchandise. And this is the exit of the former home of Mr. Toad's Wild Ride. And when you walk in here, you basically see they don't have just Winnie the Pooh merchandise. They throw in everything in here. So I think what had happened was they had Mr. Toad merchandise or other Walt Disney World specific merchandise, and they threw in our friend Winnie in here. And they probably sold out of a lot of items. It probably skyrocketed in here, and that led Disney to make the decision to completely change this attraction to our friends from the 100-acre wood. And I wanted to show you the original gift shop for Pooh's Thoughtful Shop. Now this is where it gets kind of crazy. In response to the article, a man by the name of Jeff Moscott, he was from the University of Miami. He started a Save Toad website. And you got to think, this is like late 90s. Not many people were starting protest websites, you know. There were not like forums and Facebook and things like that. And he even made t-shirts that said Save Toad. Now they used to have these Toad Inns, which were kind of like meetups here weekly at the Magic Kingdom. And they would come here and basically take photos and protest out front of this, which was the home, the former home, I should say now, of Mr. Toad's Wild Ride. And here's the t-shirt. You can see it says, "Save Mr. Toad's Wild Ride." There he is. He's holding some flowers. He's passed on. His ghost is rising. It's a little wild. And I found some newspaper articles with the guys at their Toad Inns or meetup holding up signs riding Splash Mountain. Disney ready to end Mr. Toad's Wild Ride, Lake Buena Vista. Talks about the protesters too. Look at that, original Mr. Toad look. And then these, Mr. Judson Green to Mr. Justin Green, who was the Walt Disney Attractions president. These were created by those same protesters. Motor Mania is not a crime. And they used to send these Save Mr. Toad's Wild Ride postcards all the time. Thanks to Yesterland for this image. And then we have some photographs we're going to match up here at the former site with some photographs of the protesters. And here's one of the meetups. I'd say about 50% of them are wearing the green shirts. They got some signs. Look at this, the power of the internet from back in 1997, 1998. And that took place right here in front of the attraction. And this photograph always makes me smile, man. Look at that, Save Mr. Toad. All the signs, and look at this guy holding an old school camera, documenting this. And that also took place right here. None of this was changed yet. This wall hadn't been built or any of this. Like, the only thing really original from this facade is the castle pieces you see back there. And here's a better photo of them holding those signs on Splash Mountain, which is crazy to think right now because Splash Mountain's about to go. Wonder if anybody's holding signs that say Save Splash Mountain. All right, let's ride the mini adventures of Winnie the Pooh and see what all we can find on the inside from Mr. Toad. Here's the track, what it looked like on the inside here. And then this is the Winnie the Pooh track. There were two tracks for Mr. Toad. As you can see, both vehicles were heading and going into Toad Hall together. See, I believe the other track went this way, and they both met right here to go into Toad Hall. Right into Toad Hall. But now we gotta find the picture of Mr. Toad, and he's giving Owl the deed to the attraction.
He'll never reach that.
Gotta find that photo. And I always need to watch Mr. Toad's Wild Ride and match up, the ride through one day. I would love to know what room this was in the attraction. The Heffalumps and Woozles room. I wonder. Hooray!
Hooray for Pooh, too!
Yes, hooray for Pooh. Hooray for Mr. Toad for making a comeback in the form of at least merchandise, which is kind of what ended him to begin with. Weird how that is, right? It's so quick in the ride. You have to be on the left-hand side. It's on the floor, and it's in a frame. But here it is, Mr. Toad handing Owl the deed to the attraction. Next time you ride it, just make sure you pay attention right after the blustery day. It's on the left-hand side in Owl's house on the ground. It's pretty crazy to think that guy was starting something semi-viral on the internet, which the internet wasn't even a place to really go viral yet, And it all started here at Walt Disney World, and it was because of a gift shop that sold merchandise. I'm sure there's other things too, maybe being drunk and going to hell. That was in the ride, but it's still out in California, but I think a lot of parents weren't happy with the Mr. Toad ride. They were more happy with getting the lovable Winnie the Pooh. But now we're gonna walk around and see what remains of Mr. Toad to this day. New merchandise, new items. They still keep Mr. Toad alive here, even though his wild ride has come to an end. This is a popcorn bucket you can get here. It's a full vehicle. Look at that, and it has a lanyard of Mr. Toad. He still lives on in the form of popcorn buckets. And if you go inside the Main Street Cinema, there's some Mr. Toad nods in here as well. Look at that, there's a photograph from Toad Hall. And here he is, full size, Mr. Toad and his deed. Look at this. Deed by Grant, Toad Hall. This indenture made the 5th day of October in the year of 1949 between J. Thaddeus and Mr. Winky. And there's the seal and the signature of J. Thaddeus Toad. And even though in my heart Mr. Toad's an E-ticket attraction, it was actually a C-ticket attraction to ride Mr. Toad's Wild Ride. Up above they have a bunch of the old tickets, and they're all hanging from a banner here. But this is cool. You can come in and get a photograph with Mr. Toad, J. Thaddeus, and his deed here. And pay your respects. Now, if you really, really, really want to pay your respects, you come over to the Haunted Mansion, and here in the Pet Cemetery, you can see J. Thaddeus Toad right up there. See him right through there? So yeah, just come over here and you can say your final thoughts to Mr. Toad here at Walt Disney World. I was gonna do a completely separate video of this, but I figured, you know what, let's just do it while we're talking about Mr. Toad's Wild Ride. We'll take a semi-wild ride on the Walter E. Disney, the train I wanted to get on. So excited for this. I'm extremely excited. I am sitting on the Walter E. Disney. Look at that. It's a sight I haven't seen in a long time. Alright, here we go!
Tour of the Magic Kingdom. With stops along the way in Frontierland and Fantasyland.
Alright.
Keep your hands, arms, feet, and
Here we
legs
go.
well inside the train.
We are leaving the Main Street Station.
And if you're
That's
missing
what I
those
said.
friendly faces already, not to worry. On this train, it's never goodbye. It's always see you real soon.
That's right. See you real soon.
Seguridad. Permanezca sentado y mantenga las manos, brazos, pies y piernas dentro del tren. Y cuide a los pequeños. Gracias. Friends, I'm so delighted you joined us today. There's nothing I enjoy more than showing folks around this Magic Kingdom, especially because it's certified proof that in these parts, dreams really do come true. See, there was a time not so long ago that I was just a young fella on wings. And the conductor of this train. Dash of magic. Here I am. Here in Adventureland.
Going through Adventureland right now.
This here's Frontierland. Home to cowpokes, campfires, and country bears. This outpost is full of tall tales.
About to go inside Splash Mountain.
Yonder is Big Thunder Mountain and its runaway mine train. While just ahead is Splash Mountain. His laughing place. But be sure to say hi. Those critters love when folks drop in.
And this is Frontierland Station, looking down at Splash Mountain right now.
Watch your step now. Seated and keep your hands up.
All right, heading over to.
Safely inside the train. And as always.
All right, heading over to the former home of Toontown. This is cool. This is where they bring the vehicles in for Big Thunder Mountain right there. That's where the trains come through. And there's a really neat wagon right up here as well.
But for those times I'm fixing for something
I wanted to show this.
wilder. Big Thunder.
Look at that, isn't that cool? And then, see Big Thunder over there. Probably get to see it. Go by, there's the Bobcat. Sure. Heading over to the village over here, the old Native American Indian village.
The change in scenery means we've left the rattle and rumble of that old mine behind. Entered my favorite leg of the journey. Lush wilderness, calm waters, and untamed
Here's some of the
Folks,
Backside
we're
of
in
the-
nature's wonderland. Isn't it something?
Oh wow, he mentioned Nature's
Just
Wonderland.
think of the extraordinary things.
An old attraction at Disneyland.
Hiking trails, bird calls, fireflies, and starry nights. Setting out for adventure at sunrise. Telling the tale around a campfire that
All right, here comes the village.
Considering how wonderful things are out here, I'm fortunate that some of my closest friends brought it home. That village truly
Getting some water from the waterfall there. Ooh, look at the snakes.
The enchanted forest of Fantasyland, where magic. Friends, travelers, children of all ages, we're coming down the dragon-headed stream of the stupendous, the sensational, the spectacular, Fantasyland Storybook Circus.
All right, made it to Storybook Circus. And this is actually the train track that it goes in reverse into the station right back there. That's where it gets put up at the end of the night.
Fantasyland away from the platform before unfolding it. That way we can start loading up for the next leg of our trip. For those disembarking, please watch your step and thanks for traveling with us.
Hey, folks as are pulling into the station, please do remain fully seated and fully aboard the train.
And it's crazy to think, like, you know, a couple of months ago, Adam and I were out here watching them test this in this exact location. And now here we are riding it.
Stay seated and keep your hands and arms, feet and legs inside the train at all times.
All right, here we
Please keep
go.
an eye on your children. Para su seguridad, permanezca sentado y
Pass through
mantenga las
Tron.
manos, brazos, pies y piernas dentro del tren y cuide a los pequeños. Gracias. Next up is a place that's always ahead of the curve, and not just because we're on the straightaway. Our metropolis of mechanical marvels, Tomorrowland.
Oh, there it is. Just saw it going through.
You get on in there. And then in there, those are the shit in there, and you come out here.
As you know, I love this railroad about as much as a songbird loves the moon. But I'm still awed by the rocket that transports 7 by. The technology.
Unidentified users detected in local common area. Scanning. Calculated. Locomotive maintaining trajectory. Intervention not required.
Oh, there it goes. Wow, that was cool. That was awesome. Went by right as we passed. Here's a sight we haven't seen in a while, the backside of Space Mountain.
That's the secret that makes intergalactic travel possible. So simple once you hear it, right? Yes, sirree, in this place of boundless optimism, the possibilities are endless. You might say the sky's the limit, but even that is no obstacle in Tomorrowland.
And then over here we've got Contemporary and Bay Lake Tower. There it is. You can see the monorail is taking off in the distance here. Just wait for it. You will see it now. There it is. Oh, double monorail. That was awesome. Don't cross the streams though. Pretty awesome. pulling back into Main Street Station. So glad we got to do this today.
If you have strollers to unfold, please take them all the way beyond the platform so new passengers can safely hop aboard. Everybody contact.
Hey friends, as we pull into Main Street Station, please do remain fully seated, fully aboard the train.
Well, we came, we saw, we took care of business here today. The most magical place on earth, Walt Disney World's Magic Kingdom. A little tribute to Mr. Toad. And did some other stuff, but you know, the main subject was Mr. Toad's Wild Ride, a look back. And I hope you guys like how I did this video. Fun day of the train and lunch and J. Thaddeus Toad. But our adventure for today has come to an end, which means it's time to say goodbye. If you enjoyed this episode, please click that thumbs up button and I will see you guys on the next adventure. Until then, stay weird. Goodbye.